excuses. Step up there, do your thing. That's what Ireland's trying to do, a big cut. And she gets confused as it's 2-2, and Chapman, who allows the first two runners to advance to second and third with none down. And a great spot here to try to get out of danger. That one misses, though, down around the ankles, so that'll load up the count. Breeze pushing in straight into the batter's face. So a tailwind here for Chapman, who dials up the payoff pitch, and she'll miss. So the bases are juiced. Now here comes Kennedy Weiler. Ducks all over the pond. And the junior, who's got a .261 average, a chance to be a hero. 12 hits for her on the season as that one escapes back to the fence. But the fence is probably only about a dozen feet away there from Morr, who's one of the best in the entire region at her position. So Ontario all Lex not to try to test her. As this one slapped foul from Weiler. Looks like we've got some discussion here. Wow. They're going to say that the runner, or excuse me, that was a swing. I thought initially that they were saying that the runner took off early. That's a really tough call. And it puts her behind 1-2. Bounces this one right off the home plate. The play over at first, they'll get the out, but the run is in for the Lady Warriors. So it's an RBI in the 8th of the season for Kennedy, and it makes it a one-run game. So off of the fielder's choice, the Lady Warriors make things more interesting, 2-1. And Ontario, this is a team that scored now 176 runs on the year, so offensively, to try to keep up in the MOAC, you gotta have some of that firepower. Not quite on Lexington's level, who with their 2 runs today, now over 230 have crossed home plate. So you want to talk about some microwave offense every single game.
I was talking to myself.
And that one will miss. One and two the count here for the number 9 hitter. And she'll get her. So back-to-back innings. Chapman gets a strikeout looking. And we'll go back in between the bases one more time. I'll break down for you my thoughts on today's game. And that's only because Dzugan Real Estate pays me to. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. But I'll give you my keys to victory for both teams. Let's begin with the Lady Warriors, who are looking to get back to the regionals for a second straight year, coming off of their first ever district championship. And for them, I thought getting some extra base hits would be critical. You got to be able to rock out some doubles, maybe even some dingers. This is a team that's got 15 home runs on the season, even though this park pretty deep in certain parts of it, and plus the fence is high. They do have a double from Pearson, and it helped them lead to a run and just come out here and act like you belong. That's what the Lady Warriors, I think, have done so far. So the keys to victory to this point, they're checking the boxes. And I'll tell you about my keys to victory for Lexington after they're at bat here, as they are up here in the bottom of the second, leading 2-1. And the first pitch off speed. And Edie Howard misses that one for ball one. And the pitch. Slap foul down the first baseline. First at bat of the afternoon for Riley McGuire. Riley's hitting .344 on the year. And she'll put this one with a lot of sky underneath it. And the catch is made over at short for out number one, squeezed by Studer. Or Mullins, rather, excuse me, with the catch. Next up is Maddie Taylor, .292 average on the year. Got 21 hits. And she fights this one off. Or excuse me, this is Kyra Boyd up. And that pitch outside, so 1-1, evening up the count. And she'll take that one down low inside. The pitch from Howard across the middle of the plate. And again, Lexington's been slugging them off over on the first base side. So a good battle going here. Foul tip. Boyd, just a sophomore, hitting .261. Looking for a 13th hit. But we've got an injury. It looks like this might have caught the elbow. So Ontario, their medical staff, taking a look here along with Jamie Burke. And I think Trista's forearm is probably what got hit. So we've got a quick second. Do want to thank all of our generous sponsors. Big shout out to our people over at Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Wellspring, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements, and they can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your health care provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions. Basically, if you got a problem, they can figure it out. And that's exactly what Edie Howard did right there. Off-speed pitch for her first strikeout.
Now batting, Jillian Morr.
78th K of the season now for Edie Howard. In just over 64 innings of action. And back to the top of the order is Lady Lex with Morr. Jillian singled her first time up. And she's now looking at a 1-1 count. Morr moving to full-time catcher this season. Last couple of years, she kind of switched in and out. She can really play anywhere. She's just a softball player. She's got the second best average on the team, 472 and climbing. With this being her 103rd plate appearance. And how about back-to-back singles here to start off the game for Jillian. Looking to get a 2-out rally going here for the purple and gold. Now in steps Quinn Patrick. The freshman with a sacrifice, her first time up. She'll try to get her 17th hit of her inaugural season at the high school ranks here as Morr slides in untested over to second. Umpire's going to call time, have a discussion. So the discussion was that, was it foul tipped or not? My brain power is not what it used to be. I can't recall. So we'll just move on with the play here. With Jillian over to second. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And a big spot for Quinn Patrick. She's got 5 ribbies to her name so far this season. And she'll get at least another pitch. The 0-2. Back up the middle. And not in time. Morr makes a break for home, and she is in there. So Patrick with her 6th RBI.
Now batting, Kylie Galonia.
As Morr comes in to score again. 2nd run scored here for Jillian Morr today. And that brings Galonia back up. Her first at bat was an RBI double to throw down to second. And it's offline. Mullins unable to try to make a play. And this is where Lady Lex can kill you, the small ball, when they get on the base pass. Probably no better team in North Central Ohio. They started today with 70 stolen bases. And this one ripped right at the third baseman, knocked down, and the throw high. Great catch made over at first, though. Krieger pretty much saving a run. And it allows runners now to be pitted on the corners as Jamie Burke wants to come out, have a little conversation with Howard, who looked like she was going to be cruising through this half of the inning. And then all of a sudden, after getting the strikeout of Kira Boyd, single from Morr, she's still second. Patrick comes through with the single. And Morr goes all the way from second to home on an infield hit. Now a really difficult out up at the plate. Galonia on the season, 442 average. She's got 39 hits. So they put her over on first. Here's Chapman. Shows a bunt. Kylie over to second now. So 2 runners in scoring position for Makari Chapman, who grounded out back in the first. Howard ahead in the count 0-2, looking to get out of trouble. Edie with the wind, the pitch. It's outside and barely catching just a piece. Little hangnail action out there from Chapman. Keeps the at-bat alive. But gets her swinging, going down. So Howard allows a run with 2 outs, but gets Makari Chapman for the second time in as many innings. But won't you join me in between the bases again? Let's go. So I broke down my keys to victory for Ontario. Show a little bit of confidence out there. Definitely got to have some swagger. You're the defending champs after all. Plus, you got to get some extra base hits. But for Lady Lex, how do you get it done here when you're the #1 seed playing against a rival? My keys to victory presented by Dzugan Real Estate. Clean living out on the field. Don't have any major errors where you're throwing it all over the park. You're allowing Ontario base runners to get home. And then you got to be aggressive on the base pass. I mean, have they not been doing that? Check that box 3 times already. I think they've got about 4 steals already through just a couple of frames, and that's what they do best. That's the danger when you play against this Lexington team here in Willard on a rather cloudy afternoon, but very comfortable. Sometimes it'll be a bit steamy for some tournament play as you get it probably a little bit deeper into the action and summer or early summer-ish feelings start kicking in. And I see a couple members of the Lady Colts. Actually, Clear Fork now in the building. They're going to be part of the second half of our doubleheader here at Willard. Lady Colts, the #2 seed. Exciting season for them. Freshman pitcher, but a veteran cast around Miley. So look forward to seeing the Lady Colts here against Norwalk, who is a very dangerous team. So the second half likely going to be just as much fun as the first, as that one misses down low, ball 1. And Chapman deals outside. This is Jewell, had a single her first time up. And she rifles this one. But it's right at the second baseman, and the play is made by Patrick. Great stuff here by the freshman. Handling some business on the big stage. So Jewell lines out to open up the third. Setting up Edie Howard, who had a sack. Rough ice her last time up. Didn't want to shorten it and try to sound like I'm one of the cool modern age hip kids. I know I'm at the top end scale of the millennium chain. Millennial, I should say. Howard with a big cut, 3 pitches, and she goes down. 5 strikeouts now for Makari Chapman. Approaching 200 Ks for the season. She got Krieger out looking to end the first. As the Warriors a second time through the lineup. So far, the top 3 hitters not producing. And that one down low by the shoestrings. For ball 2, 2-1 the count. Couple down here. And actually, excuse me, it was a 3-0 count. So that's going to land Krieger over on first. Morgan Pearson now stepping into the batter's box. Had a stand-up double last time we saw it. This one going to splash down the first baseline foul. Pearson in her sophomore season. 16 hits now. Got some serious power, 4 home runs. And a nice eye right there as she allows that one to land outside the strike zone to even up the count. 1-1, 2 down, runner over on first. And 3-1 the score on our Panchos Tacos scoreboard. And they've got a new location down in Mount Vernon that I'm looking forward to going out and seeing. I'm a frequent flyer down to the Bellville location now. Shout out Margarito, Alejandro, and the staff down there. Always treat us right. We don't even have to order. They just know what we want. That's called great service. My producer says maybe I'm dropping too much coin on molcajetes, and, well, for me, I like the spicy jalapeno margarita. But they got the whole flights out there. I think it's kind of cool now. You can get 4 different flavors. One really caught me off guard. I'll tell you about after this pitch. Never mind. We're going to take a commercial break as down goes Pearson, swinging and missing. We'll see you again for the bottom of the third.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Welcome you back. Bottom 3 here at Willard. A spot in the Division II District Championship on the line here this afternoon. And what a matchup we have. The backyard rivalry is back, baby. Lexington and Ontario, who did not play during the regular season. So this is their first look at each other here in the 2024 campaign. Though this is the second look down the lineup for starter Edie Howard. Facing Kaylee Eichhorn, hit a big RBI double back in the first. And looking to get a lead-off hit here to start the third. It looks like mission accomplished. A single here for Eichhorn. Sutton Bank's going to show you the play one more time. Hitting the splash pad out there in left field. So Eichhorn 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Kylie Thornton walked her first at bat. And takes this one just over the outside part of the plate, so Howard ahead, 0-2. And Edie's been a little bit up and down here today. She's done a nice job of throwing strikes, going after hitters. Trying to get Thornton to chase. Now Howard winds a 1-2 pitch, and it's down low across the inside part of the plate. Ball 2. Howard's already given up 6 hits so far, and not going to be 7 as Krieger steps on first and didn't feel necessary to try to gun down Eichhorn over at second. So she will advance as Thornton moves the runner. Setting up Riley McGuire. Flew out her first time up back in the second. And now she shows bunt. She'll square it up, and she'll do her job. Sacrifice bunt. Gets Kaylee over to third.
Now batting,
Maddie Taylor making her way into the batter's box now. Hitting .292 on the year. Would love to dial up her 15th RBI of the season. Righty on righty matchup. And Howard with a big wind throws it. And that one about a foot too tall. The 1-0, Howard over the middle part of the plate, fading, and it will land foul just over the top of the Lexington dugout. Say hello to everybody out there watching live and free. I saw more than 100 of you gathered up for this afternoon matinee affair, 3 p.m. first pitch. The off speed, and that one left alone there by Taylor. Howard looks in the 2-1, runner over on third. Big swing and a miss. So a chance to get out of the inning unscathed for the first time for Ontario. If you're just joining us, Lady Lex dropped a pair of runs in the first. Put together a little 2-out rally in the second for a run. They'll get one here as well. That one driven in, an RBI single from Taylor. It's 4-1 now. Lexington on the strength of 7 hits. So Eichhorn scores the run, having an excellent day so far, 2 for 2. Single, double, an RBI, and now a run. Taylor over on first. And here's Kira Boyd. Struck out her first at bat. Looking to change the narrative here as she accepts ball one. And here comes head coach Todd Golonia. They're going to get a pinch runner in there. I believe Cameron McGuire. Nope. It's going to be Lauren Risser. So Lauren going to provide some speed out on the base pass. Though just one still on the year for the sophomore. As the 1-1 pitch upstairs, big cut. Howard with an opportunity to try to get out of the third with just the one run hung up on the board. And it's going to be the first steal of the season for Lauren. So Lexington now with a runner in scoring position. 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third. The wind for Howard off speed, and she fooled her. Second strikeout of Boyd here this afternoon. So good. We got to show it to you again. But we're going to take a break. We'll be back. See you guys in the fourth.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Got a great matchup between Autumn Taylor and Makari Chapman for your viewing pleasure here to open up inning number 4. Ontario now trailing by a count of 4-1 here in the Division II District Semifinals at Willard. Winner, of course, advancing to the championship round. That'll be held right back here on Friday evening. My name is Brian Skowronski, and a veteran caller of softball now. I believe this is my 4th game. So if you can tell that my vernacular's really come a long way since getting the start way back when. And we've got a Hall of Famer in my presence now, folks. Sorry, I just got a little starstruck. The one, the only, Jeff Allen just stepped in behind me here. Looking fantastic as always, sir. Giving me a little grin. Little shake of the head. Oh, and we've got a headset for him if he's so inclined. Here's Taylor, slap back up the middle, down to the knees. What a play.
Now batting, Piper.
Quinn Patrick filling over, down from one knee, and cashes it in over at first for out number 1. To get one of the best hitters the Warriors have. Excellent stuff. Here's Piper Studer now. Struck out looking her first at bat. But she's ahead 1-0 and takes this one upstairs. Studer, just a freshman, but plays well beyond her 9th grade status, .338 average. And this now her 73rd at-bat of the season. Chapman slices this one over the inside part of the plate, evening things up 2-2. Bases empty, one down here, top half of the 4th, and Chapman getting to work quickly as the lefty dials that one in there, but it's slapped back. Foul tip from Piper Studer. And Jillian Morr falling back on her rear end, says she's okay. Get a visit from Coach. Todd flashes her a little smile. Coach Jamie Burke providing some instructions here for her diaper dandy. Studer now, the 2-2 pitch. Allows that one to fly way outside of the zone. Loading up the count. Coach Burke just asked someone in the crowd, does the umpire have the count right? Fact check from Warrior Nation. This one over into the warm-up pitching area, the bullpen. The fancy terminology that they use here in this sport. I told you guys, I am getting this stuff down pat. The payoff pitch. And this one heading right at the center fielder. So nice cut, good contact by the freshman. But right place, right time, and the catch made by Boyd. So that's 2 down now. Chapman trying to post back-to-back scoreless innings. As she's got Ireland up. Looks at a first pitch ball, walked her first at bat. Looking to get something going here with 2 outs. And a late strike call. As that catches a piece of the inside part of the plate. One pitch down low. Chapman working quickly. And as I say that, it's got to tie her shoe. Oh, man. I don't know if that's an announcer's jinx or not, but she was really in a nice flow. Great braid, too. Some of these softball players, I got to find out the amount of time it takes to look that snazzy out here on the diamond. It takes me at least 4 to 5 minutes to put my short little hairdo together. And it's a long quality. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the head of hair I got going on here, but it ain't nothing like some of these braids these ladies put together. Especially in tournament time, seem to step up their game. Two pitch and takes a hop over the front part of home plate. So a nice battle going on here. Ireland looking to get a runner on board with 2 down. And Weiler on deck, but she'll watch this one float right across the middle. Zing. Great pitch. 3 down here. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll see you there.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
We welcome you back for the bottom half of the fourth. Howard in the circle, and her first pitch just creeps by the back of Jillian Morr. She's having an outstanding start from the dish. 2 for 2, a couple of singles, a pair of runs. And the starting catcher blisters this one, but it fades foul down the third baseline. Lexington with 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Looking to stay hot from the plate. Morr has been pretty much scolding hot her entire career from the batter's box. And hey, how about it? 3 for 3 as this one drops in there, and she will head to second, face first, and she's in there with a double. Jillian Morr, what a night, and still a ways to go. As the leadoff hitter on again for Lexington. And here's Quinn Patrick. Already got a ribby here this afternoon. She'll square up, try to bunt this one. And the contact off the bottom part of the bat, so it rolls foul. Howard with eyeballs over on the dugout, looking to receive some instructions in the next pitch. And shaking off the first one. I recently saw an Instagram video that says you never want to shake off a pitch call. We'll see. That one's inside. And the count evens up. A ball and a strike. 8 hits allowed here this afternoon by Howard. She's given up 89 now on the season. And this one bunted foul, so if that's going to be the game plan again for Patrick, of course, if she tries to bunt and it goes foul with 2 strikes, she is out of there. So we'll likely see Quinn come up here and get a swing. The pitch to the freshman. Well inside. Had to get up on her tippy toes to avoid it. Whoop. Got real skinny there. And the mentality, it's so interesting. In baseball, your team's mad at you if you don't wear that one. Softball, they're like, no, don't get a bruise on your leg. What are you doing? Summertime, short season. Swings at one way upstairs. And now Morr takes off for third. The throw in time, but it's off target. So runner's safe all over the place. Not a bad idea to hold the runner there from short. The run, though, the runner, rather, safe over at first. And Todd Galonia likely going to be making a switch. Actually, he wants to know something. He wants a discussion here amongst the umps. Can't imagine what more he could ask for. Everyone's safe. Runners on the corners. So while they talk things over, I'll tell you that I love our sponsors. It's safe. And it's always a safe decision to go with Dzugan Real Estate Services. If you're looking for residential or commercial, hit up my guy Joe Dzugan. He knows what to do. Check out their website. They've got all the listings right there online. Jamie Burke looking for a new listing for an umpire. Didn't like the call here, as everyone is safe. Panchos Tacos, come on down, check them out. They've got the best food and drinks in town. They're not only in Mansfield and Bellville, but now in Mount Vernon. Try the delicious tacos, rice bowls, fajitas, of course, the margaritas after the game. Come on down. They'll see you later, amigos. And even during the game, just go down there. Tell Margarito, he's at the Mount Vernon location today, hey, can you throw on the OH report? He'll know exactly what we're talking about. Or if you're over in Bellville, tell Alejandro that you need the game on the big screen. Nothing pairs better with the OH report than Panchos Tacos. Unless maybe it's some money that you're cashing in at Sutton Bank, because you can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Casasa. Not to outdo our good friends over at Mechanics Bank, who are indeed Richland County's only independent community bank. But I really can't stress this enough. Wellspring Custom Pharmacy. I see Stephanie Lane every Tuesday. I have so many problems with this broken down, aching body. I've got weird skin things going on all the time. Stephanie answers every question all the time. If you need something custom, go talk to her. She'll figure it out for you. She is the best in the biz. Hey, I think we're back to softball. And a stolen base here for Quinn Patrick, who's now got back-to-back base hits. And she likes it. She loves it. She wants some more of it. None down here in the fourth. And Galonia up at the dish. She's 1 for 1. Didn't get much of that, but she's going to drive in her second run. So Galonia with the sack RBI. And Lady Lex throws another scoop on the cone. 5-1 here. 9 hits. Did I mention this team is awesome? 364 average to start the day. They've now got 266 hits on the season, guys. That's just in 27 games. This one probably not going to be a hit. No, it won't be the play at the plate. She's out of there. Great looking slide. But an even better tag. How about the play at the plate? And our player spotlight, Trista Jewell, gets the glove down and keeps it just a 4-run differential. So Chapman over on first off the fielder's choice. And now, stepping up to the dish, Kaylee Eichhorn. She's a perfect 2 for 2. The throw, and it's a little bit short. Took Maddie Mullins offline. So over into scoring position goes Makari Chapman. Kaylee looking for her second ribby, and she's got to get skinny there as well. Backs up off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Howard with the wind, the pitch, just a bit outside. Almost took Jewell over into the Lexington's dugout. And great words of encouragement from some parents here. Just telling Edie, just have fun out there. Eichhorn certainly is. But when you're perfect in every way, why not 3 for 3? She's going to get, oh, she's not going to get gunned down. How about 2 RBI for Kaylee Eichhorn? Pair of singles and a double. I mean, she's like the entire value mill right now.
Now batting, Skyler.
in a cool little, I don't exactly know what those, okay, double guns. She has been firing on all cylinders, as has Lexington the entire season. Looking to advance for the district championship for the second time in 3 seasons. As Howard with the off speed fools Kylie Thornton here. She's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. A walk and a ground out. A little bit behind that one. She'll fall behind 1 and 2. A lot of encouragement pouring in from the Ontario fan base for Edie Howard. Love to see her get out of this inning with just 2 runs on the board. And the pitch slapped at the third baseman. And that is out number 3. Lexington, though, hangs a pair of more runs as we travel into 5th inning time. We'll be there with you here after a quick commercial timeout.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
5th inning action here at Willard. And it's a 6-1 difference on the scoreboard right now. Lady Lex, the top seed in front. Ontario looking to change that as they are up to bat. And their number 9 hitter, Kennedy Weiler, has got an RBI sacrifice earlier today. The only run put up on the scoreboard for the Lady Warriors. Trying to do a bit more damage here. As she looks at the 1-1 pitch downstairs, and she'll get ahead in the count. I'm Brian Skowronski, here part of the softball entertainment this afternoon. Happy to be with you for tournament play. Always the best time of year in any sport, doesn't matter. Win or go home, 1 game for all the marbles. And 1 out here. A very busy Quinn Patrick has been perfect fielding the rock so far here this afternoon and makes another outstanding play. She is my MVP in the field thus far. As we're back to the top of the order. And it's strike 1 into Brinley Krieger. Krieger leaves that one way up top. And some action over in the Ontario bullpen. As this one's scooting down the first base line, but not far enough to keep the at-bat alive. Lunging catch is made. Good stuff there from Riley McGuire. McGuire looking super cool out there in those shades. Got a little bit of the eye black, probably some glitter sparkles going on up there. These girls got all the fashion these days. Can't just look mean. You got to look mean and pretty simultaneously. 2 things at once. Multitasking. That's what Trista Jewell's done today. Been getting it done behind home plate. And then also 1 for 2 in the batter's box. She's got a 1-1 count. Trying to spark a little something here with 2 down. But now it's 2 strikes on her. Chapman looking to make light work here of the top end of the 5th. Two balls, 2 strikes now as Jewell steps back in. And the lefty delivers. And it's smacked right in between the shortstop and the third baseman. Second base hit of the afternoon for Trista Jewell. And obviously it's a little bit of pressure when you're picked as the player spotlight, which Trista was for me here this afternoon. So she's just trying to make me look good. Hey, shout out, appreciate you, number 12. She's gonna get spelled out for a courtesy pinch runner though. Let's show you these unbelievable numbers again. I mean, the OBP over 450, and then behind the plate, 993 fielding percentage. She's awesome. She's the best at every category for the Warriors, and she has proven that she's a stud here today on the big stage. Howard up now. 0 for 2. Struck out the last time that she was in this position in the batter's box, but she floats this one, but it's a dead center field for out number 3. So 4 up, 3 down, Warriors, no runs. As Lexington does their job. And I'm going to do mine right now, because this is the 5th inning, and we ain't going nowhere except for here. Let's party together in the 5th inning stretch. And with that, I'm going to take it quite literally. I'm going to get my arms kind of leaned out here. Bend over, touch your toes. If you can do that at home, play along with me, folks. Always recommended, my gym teacher, who also was my aunt, always put it in my head that you should always stretch out before doing any physical activity. So I'm getting in my stretch here. And while we do that, I want to say what's up to everybody watching live and free. Take a look at the 10 hits put on the scoreboard here for Lexington, Ontario now with 4. They just have not been able to capitalize. The timely hits have not been available for the Big O here this afternoon. Lexington, on the other hand, they've done a bunch of damage with 2 outs. Up and down the order, there's just no place when you look at Lady Lex's lineup where you're like, oh, okay, you know, I feel pretty confident going into, you know, this batter and then this batter on deck. You know, no matter who it is, everybody's been pretty solid. Kira Boyd has struck out a couple of times here today. She'll be up 3rd when we start here this 5th inning, but everybody else pretty much getting involved with either a hit, RBI, scoring runs. It's been a magnificent display all the way around offensively for Lady Lex. And we do have a new pitcher, Autumn Taylor. Taylor, first hitter she'll face is Riley McGuire. Had a sac bunt last time she was up. Taylor, over 81 innings pitched this year. I mean, you could argue that this was the ace for the program this season. Tried to save her for a potential championship game. Warriors obviously in danger of not getting there. But she'll throw just a couple pitches and she'll get out number 1. That'll bring up Maddie Taylor. RBI single the last time she had an opportunity to be a hitter. Taylor with a 3.86 ERA, 6-8 overall record during the regular season in 19 appearances. Gave up 99 hits. She'd probably like to keep that. Just double digits, not land in the triple digit zone. No probably about it. And she's now got a 1-1 count here. Taylor down the third base line. It's handled, and that one will hop over and squeezed by Olivia Krieger for the out. So a nice play there from Krieger to Krieger, protecting the corners for the Lady Warriors.
Now batting, Addison, Cyrus.
And we're going to get a change here. Pinch hitters Addison Cyrus. Junior is going to get an opportunity. Cyrus this season hit .333 in 13 plate appearances. Be looking for her 4th hit. Got bumblebees flying in here. Had to put my dukes up. Oh, he's back. The fight within the game here. Big difference between honeybees, bumblebees, yellow jackets, all those different things. Get schooled on that every Tuesday morning by my good friends over at Crothers Pest Control, talking about some honeybees this morning. As this one, wow. Couldn't have plopped that any better. Didn't have the speed to get down the first base line. So 3 up, 3 down. Taylor comes in. She does her job. And we're now going back to Ontario on the offensive side. Top of the 6th. We'll be there soon.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Sixth inning action now. Ontario got to try to dig themselves out of a 5-run deficit. And they will do so with Olivia Krieger here up at the dish. Krieger struck out her first time up, walked her last at bat in the 3rd. Looking to capitalize on her 3rd opportunity. Krieger, the senior first baseman, would love to keep her season alive. If you're Ontario, obviously goes a long way if you can put at least a run on the board here. That way, one swing at the at-bat could potentially tie things up. Krieger's hitting .388 on the year. But this one smacks right down the 3rd base line, and Galonia knew exactly where to be. Second time we've seen basically exactly that play. So Kylie squeezes it for out number 1. And in step Morgan Pearson. So far on the evening, a double and a strikeout for Pearson, who watches that one land on the 5th story, leaves it up there. Two balls, no strikes, and this one launched straight up. Called for by Morr. Jillian makes the play. Two quick outs here for Makari Chapman, who after allowing an Ontario run back in the 2nd, 3 consecutive goose eggs up on the board and trying to make it 4 consecutive. Though a tough matchup here with Taylor stepping into the batter's box with a .352 average. Trying to collect her 27th hit of the year and 2nd of the night. She can be more selective now. 2 balls, no strikes. And the lefty Chapman getting a little bit of chalk on the left palm. Big windup. And put that one in a fastball down the middle. Fouled off. The 2-1 pitch skates in there for ball 3. Taylor looking to get aboard here. And she'll smack it right at Galonia, makes the play. Tosses it over there for the out to Thornton. So Lexington sets 3 down in order. They'll be back up to bat in the bottom of the 6th.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
First pitch in the bottom half of the 6th. And that's in there for a strike to leadoff hitter Jillian Morr. Morr 3 for 3, her activity from the batter's box. Dips though inside of an 0-2 hole. Autumn Taylor, the new pitcher. And this one absolutely drilled down into the corner and left as Morr turns the edge, and she slides in there. Back-to-back doubles now for Jillian Morr. Did I mention she's a 2-time, soon-to-be 3-time All-Ohioan? If I didn't, just watch the replay. Tells you everything you need to know. Smack, crackle, pop, speed. The total package. And now the bunt laid down, and the Jets turned on by Patrick. Feels like deja vu from the 4th inning.
Now batting.
When Moore led it off with a double, Patrick, an infield hit. And if history were to repeat itself, Galonia had a sack RBI. So let's see, are we in the twilight zone? Is this more than just deja vu? Runner heading down to second. Another stolen base for Patrick. And I'm going to have to get an official total for Lady Lex. They got to be closing in on double figures if they're not already there on the base pass. That has been maybe their biggest weapon. I mean, aside from the boomsticks everywhere in the lineup, pretty much everybody has been able to deliver at least a hit. A dozen of them now for Lexington. As this one, a shade over the shoestrings. And Kylie's ahead in the count, 2-1. Kylie now in her senior season. And somehow that's going to stay in the field of play. She'll be out, but it's another sack RBI. Looked a little different from the last one, so it is just indeed deja vu all over again. But how about a 3 RBI afternoon for Kylie Galonia? Patrick standing on third. Chapman up at the plate. And that one up around her chinny chin chin. And she tried to show the bunt and then made the wise business decision. Protect the moneymaker. Get out of harm's way. I'm noticing a cage around the helmets for all the Lexington players. Definitely protecting the teeth, the face, and how about this? Everyone's safe and take it off for second. What a heads-up play by Chapman. Goes in head first. And just giggling her way all the way. How much fun are these kids having out here? But when you got a 6-run advantage and you're only 3 outs away from punching your ticket to the district championship, I'd be showing a lot of pearly whites too. I mean, I'm kind of smiling up here as it is. Pretty fun. So is our camera operator. Look back at me. It's infectious, contagious. The purple haze. It's in the air. You can feel it. You can sense it. Not that kind of purple haze. Not the Jimi Hendrix kind. But you can kind of feel the groove. 2 straight balls here to Kaylee Eichhorn. She's had a phenomenal day trying to follow in the footsteps of her sister, Jillian Morr. Team sister, not actual blood relative. Jill's 4 for 4. Kaylee so far 3 for 3. An RBI double, a single, and then an RBI single. Her last at bat in the 4th. Checking her wristband. She's like, hopefully it says bombs away. 3-1 count. Instead, she lays it down first base line. 1 run will score. She'll be called out. They're going to call interference outside the line. Let's take a secondary look on our Sutton Bank replay. So they're going to call out Kaylee at first, and it will not be an RBI. I don't think. They're going to send Quinn Patrick back out to third. Chapman retreats to second. And so that's a tough break there for Kaylee, who was having a perfect day. So that accounts for the second out here. And Kylie Thornton now with an opportunity to drive in her first run. Thornton's got 38 ribbies, leads the team. The dugout's starting to get very loud now for Lady Lex. And it seems like anytime you have one of those umpire things kind of get in the way of a good time, usually get a little bit more boisterous out there, as Lexington is trying to cheer Thornton into a big hit. Instead, it's strike three swinging. And Ontario gets out of Dodge here with just one run up on the board, but they've got to post 6 themselves when we return. It's money time.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
It's money time here at the Division II District Semifinals in Willard. Ontario better find a big old bag of cash stacked in their offensive side of the dugout. Trailing by 6, 3 outs is all that they have available. And Makari Chapman has been cruising here lately. 5 straight scoreless innings to her name. Nope, just 4. I'm a below average counter, but looking for 5 in a row, and that's a heck of a start. And she gets a ground out here from Piper Studer. And that'll bring up Briley Ireland, who's 0 for 1 so far on the afternoon with a walk. She'll need a little luck of the Irish here. See if she can bring some juice at the plate. The second pitch of the at-bat, the inside. And that's fended off. Briley's going to be back for 3 more seasons with the Lady Warriors. As the freshman, good eye, takes ball 2 on the outside part of the dish. Chapman with the 2-1 up top. And if Moore can't handle it, it means it's way out of the strike zone. So a chance to get on board, 3-1 count. Briley hoping to keep the pulse alive here for Ontario. looking for back-to-back regional appearances. But we've got a mound visit here from head coach Todd Galonia. Been around now for a few seasons, looking for a district championship appearance. Yet again, got there 2 seasons ago, won the whole thing. And just trying to calm things down now. As Chapman loads up. And she'll walk Ireland.
Now batting, Willard.
And we don't have a great angle there. It certainly looked like it was somewhere near the breadbasket. But Ireland's now walked for the second time. Now Kennedy Weiler, who's got the only RBI for the Lady Warriors so far today. Seems so long ago, clear back in the second, it looked like we might get one of those slugfest type of games. Lexington put a couple on the board in the bottom of the first, then in the top of the second. Ontario struck right back, made it a 1-run game, and since then, it's kind of been the Makari Chapman show. The defense, the backup, the support has been superb as well. As the last couple of innings, she's induced basically just all ground outs, fly outs. After racking up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks in the first 4 frames. But now she'll put 2 aboard as Weiler trots over to first. And it's back to the top of the order now for Ontario, trying to make things interesting with their sophomore third baseman, Brinley Krieger, stepping in and catches that one, hopping over the front of home plate. Krieger's 0 for 3 so far today. And she'll take that one in for a strike. Ball 2 now, and Chapman in a little bit of trouble here for the first time in a while. Got 3 quick outs the previous frame, and this one smacked right at Icorn, who dishes it over to second. Game over. Lady Lex rolls into the district championship 7-1 victory. Second look at Kaylee. Right place, right time, and that's a big piece of the storyline for Ontario today in the offensive part of things. They had several hard-hit balls that just went right at defensive players as they rack up 12 hits in a 7-1 victory. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, you're going to hear from the most outstanding player of the afternoon. We'll hear from you, the fans, if you want to chime in. I think my vote's got to go for Jillian Morr, a perfect 4 for 4 and protected the plate like a champion. So it'll likely be the senior. That, and then our post-game coverage coming up live and free after this.
carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
We're back now with our player of the game presented by Mechanics Bank. Easy choice here this afternoon. Jillian Morr, outstanding performance both on offense and defense for you. But let's begin with the victory and just how sweet it feels to knock off your rivals moving back to the district championship.
It feels great, honestly. Like, going into this game, we were like, okay, we got to get this going, and that's what we did. And we just kept going.
That's what you've been doing all season long. You guys get it going from the batter's box. I've seen some gaudy offensive totals now. You guys are like 270 hits, 240 runs. So just describe what the vibe's been like for you girls day in, day out, 25 wins now, and it seems like every time you play, you get it going offensively.
I mean, we put our work in every time at practice, and we make sure we get that practice in every day we don't have a game. So every time we go in there, we come in with the mindset of, hey, we got big games coming up, like, let's go and work really hard so that we can have the days off that we need.
And you've kind of had that standard since you were a sophomore, really, for this program. So now that you're a senior and you're in that leadership position and role, how have things changed in terms of that dynamic? Do you feel like you have to be a little bit more vocal out there, or you just kind of lead by example?
I mean, I know as a catcher, I got to be the one that's loud and everything. So, I mean, it hasn't really changed much. Like, we know who the leaders are, and we listen to those leaders, so.
And you're one of those, and people got to listen to you when you chirp.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So the face paint on point here. You got some glitter sparkles going on, but also protects you a little bit from the sun rays.
Yep.
So if you can just tell me about just the style that you and Lady Lex that you like to present when you're out there on the diamond, and how you feel like you're coming off here.
I mean, we just love doing the fun things. So, I mean, ever since, like, sophomore year, we started doing it, we were just like, okay, this is kind of fun. And, I mean, everybody has different styles and different things they like. So, I mean, we change it up every game, but everybody loves to do it, and most people are part of it, so.
Sophomore year, last time you guys got to a regional, of course, as a district champion, so you're back in a position now that this is your last opportunity to get through the playoffs. What would it mean to you to kind of cement your legacy and maybe outdo what you even did a couple of years ago?
It would mean everything to me. That's what my goal is for this year, is have the team all hyped up, and if we start getting down on ourselves, like, all the seniors are there, and we're ready to, like, get on them, be like, hey, let's go, get out of your head and get it done.
You did today, 4 for 4 from the dish. Just describe how you were seeing it out there, because it felt like you were in total control when you were in the batter's box.
I mean, I just saw the opportunities. A few of them I might have closed my eyes and just swung and hoped for the best, and it worked out, so I mean.
That's all that matters, Jill. Yeah, great performance by you. You also great plate defender. We've known that. You've been a fantastic catcher. Now that you're full-time behind there, it's been really cool to see what you and Lexington have done all season long. Last but not least, look in the camera. Thank anybody that you want. It's shout-out time.
All right, I want to shout out my parents for always putting in all the work and effort with me and stuff, and never giving up on me. And then obviously my head coach down there, he's been with me since 10U, so that's it.
All right, Jillian Morr got a little gift for you, courtesy of the OH Report. Soon to be 3-time All-Ohioan, your Mechanics Bank MVP.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
It's the Dzugan Real Estate post-game show. Game 1 of 2 in the books here at Willard, and Lady Lex gets it done 7-1. They win the backyard rivalry to advance into the district championship for the second time in 3 seasons. I am Brian Skowronski here with you, and great performance up and down the lineup for Lady Lex. 12 hits, only the 1 error. And they really kept Ontario in check after they hung their run on the board in the top half of the second. Nothing after that, and I don't think Ontario had but 1 player advance past second base after that top half of the second. So it really was just an awesome performance all the way around for Lexington and their senior superstar, and I don't think I'm understating it when I say that, Jillian Morr, 4 for 4, back-to-back singles and scored runs in the first and second innings. She comes back up in the 4th. She has a double, and then in the 6th, a little cherry on top, a double, and then scores a run. So now in her senior season, back-to-back All-Ohio performances and soon to be a 3-timer. She was dynamic. Obviously, as was Kaylee Eichhorn, had an RBI double. Kind of really set the scene way back in the first inning. Scored a run after getting on base in the 3rd, and then had an RBI single in the 4th for Kaylee. So those 2 seniors that were around the program, and not just that, got a lot of valuable time when they were sophomores. You heard Jillian say that they would love to, kind of cement their legacy here with the program in the purple and gold and get a step further, keep going on this journey. 25 wins now for them, and that obviously by far the tops that we have here in and around our area. One of the best seasons going in the entire state in Division II. So they will move on to face the winner of Norwalk or Clear Fork on Friday, but they can also clinch an outright OCC championship tomorrow on the road against the Lady Rams of Madison. So for Lexington, they can just keep adding more hardware to the trophy case this week as their amazing season rolls along. But we've got to keep things moving here at Willard, so we will wrap up this one as we get ready for Clear Fork versus Norwalk in the second half of our doubleheader. Do want to give a shout out to my fantastic crew here, our top camera operator, Jory Hollenbeck, making it happen down there near the field. Shane Young, our new intern, doing a great job here in his first week. And Adam Thompson, our awesome producer director. Our sponsors today, Panchos Tacos, Mechanics Bank. We had Dzugan Real Estate also participating along with Sutton Bank, Avita Home Health and Hospice, and Wellspring Custom Pharmacy. For my awesome crew and everybody that watched out there, I'm Brian Skowronski saying so long, but we'll see you soon for game number 2 coming up here in a moment.